Rudy Gobert to the Chicago Bulls. Could it happen? Let's talk about it. What is going on, yo? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking some NBA here to talk about the Chicago Bulls. So if you're a Bulls fan, guys, make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms, guys. As always, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, people, I know I haven't put out a video in a few days. I apologize. I was on vacation. Definitely needed that. But I am now back and ready to get back to the grind. There's a bunch of things I missed out on, so I'm going to be making a lot of catch-up videos on that you guys will see, plus whatever it is that you guys want me to talk about as well, leave it down in the comments below. But yeah, man, when I came back from vacay and I kept seeing this rumor report, if you will, whatever you want to call it, I was like, I got to talk about this. I got to talk about this because now we are in full off-season mode with the NBA. Obviously, that finals are still going on, but we're talking about the teams that are not playing in the finals, right? The other 28 teams that their offseason has already started, which includes the Bulls and now, of course, the Utah Jazz as well. So this report is basically linking Rudy Gobert to the Bulls and saying that the Bulls are interested in Rudy Gobert potentially trading for him, okay? The Ringer, the website, has talked about this. We've had Bleacher Report, a couple other publications talk about this, okay? So what are my initial thoughts on these reports of the Bulls having interest in Rudy Gobert? Okay. And the first thing to talk about is, should the Bulls have interest in Rudy Gobert? And right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a big flat out NO. The Bulls should not have interest in Rudy Gobert. Now, you might be thinking, Faiz, really, you're just going to go ahead and dismiss it like that? I am, because of one main reason. Okay, we'll get to the basketball stuff, but the main reason that this report, this rumor should not be happening is because of Rudy Gobert's contract. Folks, Rudy Gobert's contract is disgusting. He just signed a 6-year, $205 million contract. Okay? He is going to get paid until 2026. And the last year of that contract, it's about $46 million. And mind you, Rudy Gobert isn't 23. He's 29. So his prime years, if you will, not that many left. And obviously going to be on the wrong side of 30 here in just about a year. So the thing with Rudy Gobert is, if he had 2 years left on his deal, a year left on his deal, or if he's expiring, whole different conversation. So whatever I'm about to tell you guys about Rudy Gobert, a lot of it stems from his contract. And you have to not dismiss that and just talk basketball, because this has huge ramifications. We're talking about a massive contract the Bulls would have to take on, $200 million, okay? And that per year salary, yeah, you have to ship that back to the Jazz as well. So that's the number one reason where I just sit back and I'm like, I would not touch Rudy Gobert's contract, because that I don't believe is going to age well for Rudy Gobert and for his contract. So that's the number one thing, okay? Where I don't like this report rumors, because I don't want to take on that contract. The second thing, all right? Let's talk about the basketball side here. Why is Rudy Gobert being rumored and linked? It's because the Utah Jazz just now had their head coach resign. Quinn Snyder basically said, deuces to the Jazz, I'm out of here. They need a new voice, because he probably saw the writing on the wall that they were going to fire him. The Jazz flamed out, lost to a team they never should have in the Dallas Mavericks, and now they're at a crossing roads of, should we rebuild or should we continue with the same core we've been trying for years with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert? So my belief is one of those two guys probably gets moved now, because Quinn Snyder's gone, and so they probably want to blow it up. Who knows if Donovan Mitchell wants to be there. So that's why Rudy Gobert's name is getting out there. And obviously the Bulls get linked here because the Bulls need defense, interior defense. They need perimeter defense. They just need defense, period. Now, I've already mentioned to you, I don't want Rudy's contract. But if we want to just talk the basketball side of things here, here's where I'm at. Rudy Gobert, to me, if you just do a one-on-one swap with Nikola Vucevic, does it make the Bulls better? Maybe a little bit, but not too much, okay? I'm not the biggest fan of Rudy Gobert, and here's why. Look, I get it. He's a multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year, one of the best inside defenders in basketball, one of the best rim protectors, if not the best. But to me, what the Bulls need isn't going to get filled up just by Rudy Gobert. Okay, and that's essentially where I'm at here. The price to acquire a guy like Rudy is going to be insane. You would have to give up Vooch. You would have to give up at least one of Patrick Williams or Ayo Dosunmu, maybe both, and you would have to give up multiple picks. I'm not joking. You would have to. That is what the Jazz would ask back for Rudy Gobert. Okay? I'm not saying they should, but I'm saying they will. So the price, the contract, you see where I'm getting at here. But even if we want to skip out all that, which you shouldn't, but if you want to skip out all that, we're talking about the basketball side of things here, folks. The Bulls last year, with Lonzo Ball healthy, they're starting five with Ball, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams. Well, maybe not Patrick Williams because he's out pretty much the entire year, but Caruso, and then you had Vooch. I mean, they were a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense. So, like, you had seen that this team was solid, not elite, solid defensively, right? Because they had Lonzo and they had Caruso, both healthy. Well, Lonzo was hurt the entire season. We never saw him again. And so my thing is, I've already mentioned this once, and I'm going to say it again. Run it back. Run it back one more time with this team. We didn't have our starting point guard healthy. Alex Caruso was missing for a large part of the year. Zach LaVine was out for a little bit. Like, we had injuries. Run it back. And I'm also saying in free agency, we could just get a guy at the power forward slot who's a very good defender. He's not going to cost nearly as much as a Rudy Gobert. And, you know, that's pretty much what we would need here. Okay? If Patrick Williams develops into that, great. I would assume was going to develop great. So I don't want to give up those young pieces. And I think we can make a few tweaks to this team instead of having to ship out, you know, a fourth of the roster, fourth of our starting lineup, if you will, or fifth of it, to get a guy like a Rudy Gobert. He is not a superstar to me. Folks, there's a reason when the All-Star draft comes around, they pick Rudy Gobert last. Even amongst the All-Stars in the NBA, he's one of the worst All-Stars, if you will. He's a very impactful defender, I get that. Can't shoot a lick, right? Provides nothing offensively. And to me, in today's NBA, offense, a little bit more important than defense. Now, defense, very important, but we can get that. We can address that. I'm not saying don't address it. In free agency, go out and get those defenders. Those wing defenders in free agency, you can trade for them as well. The price to acquire Rudy Gobert, the cost of acquisition, the contract, too damn high. Not worth it for me. I don't want to trade for Rudy Gobert. I don't think Rudy Gobert is going to be the difference that this team needs to win a championship. Let somebody else make that gamble. I think AK Emmy can do a few things to tweak this roster, but folks, Vooch gets a lot of flack. He was decent last year. He gets a lot of flack. He was decent last year. Let's make some tweaks. Let's get this roster to run it back again with some changes, and we'll see after that. But I'm sorry, I'm out on Rudy Gobert. I don't want him on the Bulls, not with that contract, not with that cost of acquisition. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.